details are not there in the mantra, in the Ashtakshari Maha Mantra. Then come back to this Dvaya Mantra, the first part. It talks about where to surrender and how to surrender. While surrendering, what you have to think constantly, and the one to whom you are surrendered, what a kind of personality that he possesses. These things were discussed in the first part of the mantra. Surrenderance has been expanded. And there they talked about the ultimate goal as Narayanaya. So if you just understood that his service is the ultimate goal, and then are you really able to do it, or are there any blockades? You already understood that right now. Right? His service is the ultimate goal. You understood, I also understood. Then, did we get it? No. Why? Probably there must be some blockade for which we did not get it. What is that blockade? How we can get rid of it? It was not discussed in Ashtakshari Mahamantra. That was discussed in the second part of Dvaya Mantra. You know, understood? So there are two parts in the Dvaya Mantra, and each part discusses about the details that were already presented to us in Ashtakshari Mahamantra in an elaborated manner, so that we can clearly understand and practice it. There are surprisingly certain mantras have fragrance, taste. You understand? Did you ever taste the mantra? Did you get any fragrance from any mantra? You know? What does mean mantra? Mantra is a few sounds. Have you ever seen any sound having some fragrance? It's not experienced unless some people keep some kind of pan jarda and then start speaking. We won't get any fragrance from the sounds. I had somebody recently just they wrote the mantra on the chocolates and started eating them, as like chewing the mantra. I think that is not a kind of taste we want, and that's not a kind of fragrance also we want. We want the fragrance in a realistic sense. What does it mean by realistic sense? What is taste? You have to go analyzing the thing. What is taste? Can you tell me something about what does it mean by taste? Chewed by the tongue, and it makes you, feel that I have to chew it again and again. That is taste. Once I tasted, and it allures to taste again, time and again. That is what we call as taste, right? Once you put on the tongue and say, you don't call it a taste, right? Taste is something, you touched it with your tongue, and your tongue felt so happy and passed on good signals to your brain, and which your brain received and said, delicious. And then you wanted it again and again and again. There are some tastes which of course we experience in the world. After going through that for a while, I think you get bored, averse, right? And sometimes, maybe it is honey and you drank it, just, or 2 drops, it's fine. Or 10 ml, still it is okay. But if 1 glass full of honey is given to you, are you will drink it? Huh? No. You feel like this, vomiting. Hey, it is honey. Really tasteful, but still. If you eat Mysore pak, how many Mysore paks you can eat? Tell me. Swamiji, not even a single Mysore pak. Pulhora I can eat much. The Jyojanam I can eat much. But not really gulab jam or Mysore pak or jalebi or jangri. I can eat, 5, 10, 20, then I get bored. No. I want something again, some spice. Right? Then only I will be able to tolerate. Otherwise, just can't. This is the worldly taste I am talking about. Worldly tastes are having many restrictions, many constraints, limitations. That should be the taste. By just touching your tongue once on that, you should not feel that it is done. You should not feel that it is boring. And you should not feel that, enough done. You should feel like, enjoying more and more time and again. So, which is called as, it never gives a tripti. So it's called atripta, amrita. It should become atripta amrita. Ara amudu. You understand? In Tamil it is said as ara amudu. What you call as amudu, which came out of the ocean, maybe the essence of salt. So you taste a little and it is done. And you get vexed with it. But we are talking about one amrita, one nectar, one ambrosia, which tasting more and more, you feel like, just being somewhere and never get bored, and you feel like still tasting more and more. That is the real amrita, we say. Such amrita, such taste you get only with not the mundane things, but with the mantra and the essence that comes out of it. Taste it. How to taste it? How to taste a mantra? Write on a paper and then... No. Our great sages said, hey, my beloved tongue, tell me in truth, Krishneti Aksharayoriyam madhurimodgaraha kuchil lakshitaha. A great poet asked the tongue, hey, tell me the truth. You must have tasted many a thing. Murdvika rasita. Sita samadhika. Murdvika, probably you must have tasted the kalkand. And you must have enjoyed what we call it as the panasa. Panasatona. Jackfruit. Did you taste the jackfruit? Not the something what you get here. I am talking about the jackfruit that you get from Simhachalam. Simhachalam is a place, where you get the jackfruits. Oh, you have to get the jackfruit, a ripened jackfruit, put it in honey. Murdvika rasita. Probably you must have tasted that. And you must have tasted the kalkand also, what are the candies? Must have tasted. Probably you must have gone to Swargaloka and tasted the lips of Rambha also many a time. I don't know. Swaryatena sudhap. Probably their Amritam also you must have tasted. But my tongue, I ask you just one thing. Say frankly, without any hesitation, Krishnetyaksharayoriam madhurimodgaraha kochillakshitaha. When you say Krishna, did you get this taste ever? Anywhere? Tell me truth. Our great Acharya, Kulasekara Alvar, he says with his tongue, hey tongue, please, I give you something, you are pretty much interested in tasting the mantra of Narayana. Tattvam bruvāṇāni paramparasmāt madhuksharanti vasatam phalāni. It emits sweet juice from it. Narayana mantra. Pravartaya pranjalirasmi jihve. Hey, taste. I prostrate before you. Say once and taste it. Then you never listen to me. You just start running after that. Say once. He pleads. For good things, what my fate I should say. I am forced to plead you. In fact, in other words, you should come to me and plead. Hey, can you tell me the mantra which emits juice, sweet juice? I am giving you and doing namaskara also to you. Say once and get experience. Mantra and knowing its meaning, that is a real taste. Because the more you taste, the more you really love to chant it time and again. You will not get bored by chanting that. That is a real rasam, we say. That is a real taste, we say. So Dvaya Mantra has that taste. If you know the meaning of it, if we know the help it does to us, the more we love to chant it. So it has a taste of its own. Great Acharyas tasted that sweetness from the Dvaya Mantra. They enjoyed it. At the same time, Dvaya Mantra is a beautiful flower, not like American flowers, It has fragrance of its own. I think you have some flowers here like jasmine, just occasionally they come. But nice, fragrant flowers they are. But I had some other flower also, a native flower which has good fragrance. But people here don't like the fragrance, so they shooted it out, knocked out. And so, when you knock out certain genes, and all other genes, they get expanded, and you see beautiful size and wonderful color, but no fragrance. Very bad order, and no taste at all. I think rose flowers, we used to eat them when we are young. What you call it, gulabis? Petals, my God, how tasteful they are really, But here, if you take the gulabi, my God, you never feel like eating anything else, Bad odor and bad taste, both are bad here. But for those, they have wonderful fragrance also. I have seen the roses, we get there, the native roses, you touch it, and the fragrance will be there for your fingers and for longer hours. A fragrance of its own. Dvaya Mantra has fragrance. Once you experience and it continues in your heart for long, fragrance is such. Can you tell me what is fragrance means? Once you smell,